Hello, guys. This is JC Grande here. I decided to make a short video showing some of my process when inking my work. This is a kind of old sketch that I did on cheap paper just for fun, just for practicing. And I wanted to use it for showing some of my, that how I do it, my stuff, and doing a short video for showing my inking. This is I'm going to be using this synthetic brush. I'm using number five. Sometimes I use bigger numbers because I like broad strokes, big chunky kind of thick strokes because somehow I think I don't know, that's the way I have learned because I like to work fast. I just like to move kind of fast and just go in with filling up bigger parts of blacks and then adding the line art at the end. I know some people do it the other way around. That is the most popular way. You get to draw all the line art, you know, uh, like mapping things around, and then in the end you do it all the blacks, all the shadows, and all that. But I just learned the other way around. With in this way, you add all the blacks with bigger strokes, and then in the end you add, you do the parts where the most light comes in. So I'm gonna start using this my ink. This is my India ink, and I'm going to start where the bigger concentration of shadows in the picture. For example, this part in the thing arm. So you go with bigger strokes, and I don't know. That's the way I have learned, and somehow it feels like you are progressing much more when doing this kind of stuff because I tend to have a short attention span sometimes depending on the content. So I just try to use a method in which it won't take me a lot of time to complete the drawing. You can see we are adding a lot of blacks first. This is a kind of rough pencils I had. I rarely do full pencils when I'm inking because it kind of feels redundant to me, and also I like to keep as much energy as I can. When you do tight pencils, sometimes that is kind of lost. The thing is a favorite of mine, one of my favorite characters, Marvel characters. I know these days people have different characters that consider their favorites. The thing was one of mine because of uh, the Jack Kirby issues that I grew up with. So and I also love the personality somehow. Jack said that it was himself. He put himself in the character a lot. So uh, when you saw him with a cigarette, and he was very grumpy and kind of sarcastic somehow. I think you he was trying to put himself in the character. Let's go for the face now. As you can see, I am rarely doing the do it every single stroke like in at once. I just do it in chunks, especially because of this character is like made up different parts of stones. So if you do it in one stroke, the shape, the silhouette becomes becomes flat. So you do it in really small chunks to convey part of that the stone kind of texture. I'm not used to talk a lot when I'm drawing, so if I do something that's kind of sounds weird, I'm just doing something new here, guys. Also, English is not my native language, so bear with me. This is my favorite part. I just love the design for the thing, the face. Looks so cool, man. For the finer lines, you try just to to make the brush touch the paper so lightly to make thinner strokes. I even changed the position uh, or how I grab it to make thinner lines. You go back here for broader strokes because there's more shadow here. There you go with for the eyes. You can see thinner lines in here. We are inside the object. There you go. You try to make not symmetric kind of patterns for the thing, the part where the rocks get together, so it doesn't look like something that is like I don't know. It looks much more natural when you do it. Like try to make as random as you can. Then you add more volume to the lines. I do that at the end. The volume of the contour lines. Most of the time, I do it in the end because sometimes you don't know what, how much it will affect what you have inside the lines to the contour line. Sometimes you make it very thin, and then without the information that you have added, uh, it alters the uh, the form of the character. So I do this at the end of my process because now I know how much information we have. So that's for the head. We're moving here to the rest of the body. We have more shadow here because we have less light, less and less light to make the object more believable. I'm changing again. It looks weird, I know, but that's how I got used to grab the brush when doing finer lines, thinner lines. Hmm, okay, we're about to finish this big dude. Right. There's something great about the thing, the design that Jack did. That is how you can convey muscles and mass, because it's not easy to do it. It's not that I don't know. You have to do practice to make it look like the character, the classic character. Because some people do their own version. I just like to stick to the kind of the '60s version of the thing. There you go. Just how to finish the hand. By now, the ink that I applied here is kind of dried, has kind of dried up. You have to be careful. I sometimes I do not recommend to add as much ink as I did here, but I just can avoid doing it because that's my process. But just be careful when you started inking. It's better to start from here to here, so you don't get you don't have to move around your hand too much and kind of get wet with the ink, and then you can, I don't know, unwillingly parts of ink where you don't want it to be. So just be careful with that if you're using this method because it can be tricky. Let's see. We just have the hand here. Okay, we add more blacks in here because this part is uh, to make it solid, to make it uh, with some more volume. I add more blacks here because in that part is there goes less and less light. And this part over here, uh, we have more light, so the strokes can be thinner. Okay, we're about to finish this one. I forgot to draw here. This part where kind of the legs are. I'm going to improvise here. We're gonna make the trousers up. How do you call this? No, this is the shorts. The shorts. This is the classic version. Remember. This is pretty much the inking process for the thing. I'm going to update with the other characters until we have the full picture inked. Uh, this is my first video that I'm doing with this kind of content, so I'm going to be adding much more stuff, doing more process kind of videos, doing some digital stuff too. Hope you like it, and we'll see you soon with more stuff. Okay, thank you very much for watching, guys.